The four Beardsmen of the Bookpocalypse.
Yeah, the Bookpocalypse. What's up, guys? Welcome to Beard of Darkness Book Reviews. It's the four Beardsmen, and we're back in our beards. Tom, you've always got the length, but dude, DB Rook's got the middle thing going on, and his beard's growing a lot faster than mine does, so I'm a little jealous. Jugs, that's
I'm
what
collecting
we're calling
gray.
David. Yeah, dude.
I'm collecting some gray for mine.
I dig the gray, man.
DB's got the monopoly on that, doesn't he?
He does. Honestly, I don't think there's anything cooler than a gray beard. Tom,
this warrior look going. I love it.
Exactly. 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna mess with the no, not that. Not that.
He is the most warrior of us. As far as our characters go, DB is the most warrior-ish, warlike of us, I think.
Naturally. All right, guys. So 2 episodes ago, we were doing what I'm calling RPG 101 for me, because it's something I've been wanting to get into, and these 3 have taken on the incredible task of trying to get my simple brain to understand something that is actually a lot less complicated, but also still a little complicated.
A little bit.
It can be, right? Because I keep getting questions from my wife. She's like, hey, the kids are gone. We should play something. And I don't know the answer to give her. So that's another thing I wanted to cover, by the way, guys. We'll get to, we're not going to talk about it right now, but we'll get to it. I want to know some, like 2 or 3 player RPG. I feel like most of them you can do that, but I don't know how fun that would be. We'll talk about that here in a little bit, but I'm going to hand it off to
you can play 2-player system with pretty much any game.
See that? I remember Rob J. Hayes putting something on X or Twitter or whatever a couple months ago. Him and his wife were playing, Lord of the Rings. And that sounds super fun. Me and my wife are both into Lord of the Rings. And we don't often get a night where there's no kids. Well, we always have one kid at least. We have an 8-month-old. We don't leave her with that. She's pretty easy right now. You just feed her and put her to sleep, basically. So, but yeah, man, I think that bringing my wife on board and bringing both of us on board, because neither of us have played, and we're both super interested. This might sound stupid, and my guy Jeff, man, he's a gangster, dude, when it comes to all D&D. Oh man. And I read his books very early, like in my booktube adventure, if you will. And I didn't really recognize what the D&D inspiration was in a book. Well, holy shit, his books are fun, dude. And it's so much fun.
You know he's got a 3rd one coming out as well.
Yes, I do. And
if I
had the time to read the arc, I would have reached out to him. But I can't wait to, dude. Now I'm going to mess up the title. Paladin Unbound.
That was first one.
Yeah.
Then there's Mystic
2?
Reborn.
Mystic Reborn. Yes, dude. Oh, yeah, dude. And Jeff, I see you every day, man. He knows what this is.
The 3rd one is God Ascended. I hope I got that right.
God Ascended.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the title.
Then with Jeff's books,
Tom is a treasure trove.
Like D&D, they level up. Like Paladin Unbound was like real steady epic fantasy. It was
it was. It was so much fun.
Reborn took everything good from Paladin Unbound and just leveled it up.
That was like, I had no idea why this came with his books until, of course, I started reading, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's nice. And wait, you know how many times I've had to take this out of my kid's hands, Jeff? He loves it too. It's just, it draws him to it, and that makes me happy. He's old enough now. So this is what I thought was a rollable die. And then looking at it, I was like, no, now I remember what this is. It's introduced very early in his first book. Forgive me, I don't know the correct term, but it's so much fun. I was like, oh, that's why there's a baggie with this thing in there.
It is the shape of a D4, a 4-sided dice.
Yeah.
Jeff, you'll be proud of me, man. I bought my first set of, what would you say? My first set of die?
Yeah.
All
You can
right.
see
They're
the kind.
metal. Dude, they're metal and they got dragons and shit on them. And Jeff Bezos told me they'd be here yesterday, and that bastard lied right to my face.
Typical salesman.
Because that,
Yeah. He talked me up. He prettied it up and
Yeah.
just kind of left me to hang. I went to the Amazon guy. He's like, I got nothing for you, dude. And I'm just like, all right, you know. So the next time we do this,
Probably got a game of D&D in the back with your dice. That Amazon guy.
he's like, he doesn't even know. Like,
That motherfucker.
did he shave his brains off with them hairs? Oh man.
So Matt, do you have that website or that URL where the dice are, that online solution?
So I'm looking for it as we speak, and I don't remember what it's called.
Copy. I'm gonna shoot it to you.
Okay, because I put in Dex rolling, and everybody, it's probably like, that makes no fucking sense.
Bro, I apologize for that link. It's about a entire page. It probably could have been way shorter than that, but
If you guys see me leaning like this, it's because I haven't found a better way to mount my camera except right in front of my damn computer screen. So if I'm like doing this thing, that's why.
You could just stick that link in the chat and people can roll dice.
Oh,
as
no,
we
actually,
do
that's
this as
clickable,
well.
dude. So that was
Why
good.
not?
let me
It's
see.
a 10, right?
people rolling alongside. Yeah.
Oh, that's why. I bet it's that complicated because I had some dice already loaded on there. Maybe that's a huge freaking URL. I'm throwing it in the comments.
If y'all are watching in the comments, feel free to roll your own dice.
Oh, that's sick.
If
Yeah.
you're watching it live,
It's a
or on
10-sided that we're rolling, right?
Go for it.
10-sided?
Or 2.
10
Yeah.
or 2?
Two D10s because we're
Yes.
doing.
Oh, 2d10. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the left one will be your 10s digit, and the right one will be your 1s.
Yeah, now it's coming back. Thank you. Yes, I that up. I usually don't cuss on my streams, but when we do this, I do.
Are
it
you
how I want.
sure?
You know, when I do,
wait.
my dad's like, you really ought to, you know, and I agree with him. Actually, I'm making fun of him for doing this shit, but
Well,
I do agree. When I do an interview, I don't cuss.
you're very
Like,
professional. That's good.
yeah, I try to keep it professional and all that. But when we're doing this, come on.
It's your release.
Yeah, dude, we're doing some fun stuff here, and not that interviews aren't fun, but I try to, you know.
Different.
I
Kind
just
of
tried
fun.
to throw that gnarly URL into the chat.
It's
as
not
a comment.
clickable there.
It's
Oh,
and it's
okay.
70 characters too long. So
Yeah. So you put it in the private chat, which was clickable. So I've been there. Yeah. There it is.
copy link. Oh, I found a better link.
There
Let's see it. Let's see.
it is.
Totally not clickable. Oh well.
Slick.
Really.
I don't think so. Or if it even came through. It probably thinks I'm a bot.
Brian D. Anderson wants to play Star Frontiers again. 20 points to anyone who remembers it.
Star Frontiers.
David doesn't get those points.
No points for me.
I remember it.
Hey, 20 points.
Yes.
Brian, you're a gangster. You're an OG in this, man. You could teach us new young cats some stuff, brother. You already do. All right, Tom, man. Let's act. I'm gonna act like I know what you're talking about because I do. And we'll start off with your paragraphs that you said you were because you're a dungeon master gangster, right? I know this because I've watched
Correct.
you.
I try to act like I know what I'm talking about as well.
You do.
Sometimes it works. For people watching who didn't catch the first episode, do go back and see it at some stage because it was really good. It was really funny. We've made up our own system. It's the Bookpocalypse RPG. It's a percentile system. The main theme is none of these guys know what their skills are. So if someone wants to do a skill check, they'll say what they want to do. They have to tell a story, and then it's on us to decide what that skill is going to be. This is how DB's character ended up having nasal perception in the last episode.
Strong nasal perception.
Motherfuckers going around sniffing everything, and yeah, that was interesting to
I
run.
have magical baby powder.
Yeah.
Magic baby powder.
Put it on my hand and slaps him.
I've got a golf club.
He's got oh shit.
It's a left-handed golf club for whatever that's worth.
Yeah, there aren't many of those.
Ah,
Far less.
interesting. I think none of us know what our weapon skill is yet. So maybe
Right.
that left-handed golf club will be a good thing, or maybe it will bite you in the ass. We're about to find out. So, to catch you up on the plot, our beardsmen left their apocalyptic bunker to enjoy wasteland burgers at the Dago bar. As payment for their wasteland burgers, they were sent by the owner, the grill master, to a nearby compound in search of cattle that he can use for meat. To get there, they stole themselves a 98 Chevy 1500 with a 50 cal. Is it Mickey Tom's wheels?
That's right. You got Mickey Thompson.
Dang.
That's 33s, baby.
Stole it from the grill master's gang to drive to the compound. There,
Stole it fair and square.
DB fell out of the Chevy, was seized upon by a band of hairless cultists led by a man called Edgar Kettle, who then tricked and imprisoned the Beardmen in the compound. And then they had to watch as a hulking mutant ripped the face off a mustachioed wastelander right in front of their eyes. And unfortunately for our beardsmen, it seems that they are next.
I also remember some things happening where DB was thrown off a.
Yeah, he fell out. Yeah, he did a.
I heroic
Was it a
move
perception?
that went sour.
His
Yeah,
nasal
rolling out.
perception did not help him from falling out of the moving vehicle.
He catastrophically failed to look around.
But yeah,
as-
essentially, we find our beardsmen where we left them, inside a cage. You have just watched this hulking albino white mutant Hulk rip a man's face off. What are the three of you guys thinking right now?
How big is the cage?
The cage is pretty standard, 15 by 15 foot room.
Okay. What's the walls? Is it metal? I feel like it was a metal or like flat walls. It wasn't rungs.
The whole compound is metal, so sheet metal hastily banded together. There's a reinforced glass window you jugs are watching this scene through. Jargenheimer, you were sort of in the middle of the room, and I believe DB Rook, you were nearer to the entrance. There is a portcullis between you and the smiling, hairless cultist Edgar Kettle, who is sipping a cup of coffee and smiling very, very merrily.
We never did get our own coffee, did we? That was the whole premise. He was taking us to get some coffee, and then we ran into this lurking beast that ripped somebody's beard off. I never put together the actual clear evilness of this hairless guy. It never even occurred to me. Just based on the hair content, how evil he clearly was.
Was it a show of power, or is he directly threatening us?
I think we're next. I think he's feeding the beast. That's what I think.
He did reference it as being salvation and enlightenment in the last episode before you then saw the face off.
Okay.
And then he shut the door behind us, and we're literally in the room with this thing.
You're not in the room with the thing.
So we're able to see it through the glass, whatever. Yeah. Okay.
That's right. I remember now.
Tom, do I get the feeling looking at this creature? And by the way, to remind everybody, like we didn't necessarily reintroduce our characters. I have an intelligence of 2 out of a possible 10. So let that help understand why I make some decisions that I'll probably make some poor decisions. I'm sure dexterity is through the roof. Perception is 8, so that's pretty good. But intelligence is 2.
That's regular perception, not nasal.
Correct. Right. Nasal is certainly weaker than DB's. If I look at this beast, does it have any kind of indication that it might be sentient, or is it just as wild as can be?
Good question. You, Jugs, take a good look at this beast as it's devouring this man's face. It's humanoid. It hunches over, but if it was to stand up, you kind of gauge it's around 11 foot, possibly 12 foot tall. It's big.
And he's
The
hairless,
way I
right?
describe it is a hairless, completely white Hulk.
Also evil, clearly, because
I'm
no
also
hair.
starting to look at him and wonder why we look so much alike.
You're not
You are
11
bearded.
feet. You're tall.
The albino Hulk is not.
I'm not 11 feet tall, though. Yeah.
I'm just
You're
not
close.
feeling real confident about my golf club that I'm holding.
No.
Where this
You know who
creature is
I think
concerned.
of is he's not quite this character, but in the not the newest Mad Max, but the one before that, was it Fury Road?
Immortan Joe.
Yeah.
The one that says "Lovely Day." That one.
Oh yeah. One of the
Except he's obviously a lot smaller, but he's a little.
Yeah. Everybody in that film, they're all a little bit out there.
Oh yeah, are you talking about the big old fat dude? Like, he
Immortan
was
Joe.
excellent. Yeah, dude, he was wicked crazy, man. Oh, that movie just puts me in a new Anyway,
Fury
so
Road is one of my favorite films of all time.
it's
really good.
twisted. I mean, a room where they're milking women, and that's like it's just like it goes to that scene, and I'm just like, that's twisted, dude. Just I
It's
love
twisted, but it's also perfect world building as far as a film goes. It doesn't explain it. All it has to do is show you, and you're like, oh, you know exactly.
My wife was like, she came in like halfway through that scene, and she's like, "What the fuck are you watching, dude?"
I'm pretty sure my wife said that to me. I was watching that same film. She's like, "What the fuck? What is this?"
Yeah, well, that whole film is that way. He's brilliant, dude.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that made that? Can't remember his name.
Miller.
Yes,
Miller.
Frank Miller. Dude is just brilliant, man.
Miller Lite.
No light.
I don't have.
Australian director.
I don't have aside from maybe trying to figure out how I might make sure that door doesn't open. I don't have a good thought in my head.
Is there any mileage to getting my multi-tool and seeing if I can somehow kind of scrape out the window sealant or anything like that?
You can certainly try. Yeah. What skill would you say that is?
Intelligence?
Maybe weapon skill, tool use, tool.
Shawshank that thing just years at a time.
We've got a repair on there. Oh, we're talking. Do you need a story?
I need a story, is what I'm hinting at.
Okay.
Crafting, maybe.
What is the best DIY handyman project you've ever done?
Now we're in trouble. I'll tell you a story. It might not be the best handyman story in the world, but something that I'm quite proud of. I used to work at an artificial ski slope, and I spent hours and hours and hours sat in a tiny little hut at the top of a lift track, literally just waiting to press stop if somebody got in trouble. And this job had lots of other aspects, but some 4 hours that kind of smoking, going insane, doing what I could do to sit there. And the level of artistry that went into that hut while you were sat for hours and hours. We did this. We scraped out the windows, we replaced the windows, we carved the bench into some kind of amazing carpentry. It was like a shrine by the end of it, because everyone in there was so ridiculously bored. That was my that's the nearest DIY I can get to this.
I'll
That
give you
sounds
some
applicable.
bonus points if you scratch the cool S in the wall as well.
Cool S.
The cool S.
So I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, why not grab? Is there a lock, like a door like that with a hinge and a lock, or is it just solid?
Where you are, there's just a portcullis. There's no handle. It's just gone shum and trapped you guys inside the room.
Oh yeah.
DB, I'm gonna give you a call it a 30 if you want to use this skill check.
In repair, are we saying repair?
Yeah.
Let's
So
go,
roll us a
let's
repair
go.
check to unrepair the window.
28. Yes.
Ooh, I was not
Nice.
expecting you to pass.
All right.
Naturally, John. I tell him every time that we come on that is the most brilliant accent in the world. It does. It brings class, wisdom. all sorts of
Technically,
fun stuff.
we have different accents though, because he's from up north and I'm
Oh,
from
no.
the south.
Okay, well, I
The same way
probably
me
will
and Matt.
never differentiate.
Matt and I have slightly different. He's Ohio.
Yeah, north and
Ohio.
south.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Well,
I'm sort of southwest. I'm more UR and DB's more E. So that's the main difference.
Yeah.
That sort of made sense, actually. Sort of did.
Okay, so what's happening is Jargonheimer, you're sort of staring down Eka Kettle from the sound of it, getting a feel for can you get around this door somehow. Jugs, you're looking at the albino Hulk and thinking shit. And DB, you've taken out your multi-tool and you are worrying the reinforced glass and you start to dig up the seal.
What's up, Josh?
We'll leave you to that for now.
Excuse me.
As this is happening, Edgar finishes his coffee and he puts the cup and saucer down. And then he starts gazing intently at you, DB.
Because he's working on that window.
What do you think you're doing with that window?
Some very essential adjustments to it. Essential for our survival.
Well, if you are that eager to get through and meet your salvation, then who am I to delay it any further? He reaches to the side and pulls down a lever, and the wall, which has the window in it, starts to rise. Which now means there is absolutely no barrier between the three of you and the albino Hulk.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
It hasn't actually noticed you yet. It's still busy eating this guy's face.
Okay.
Listen,
Can we sneak off behind it?
That's
I think
my
we're
plan.
about to have a stealth story from DB.
Stealth story.
I'm loving this, by the way, as the new guy. I'm loving this.
Stealth story.
I love this
DB.
mechanic. It's great.
Look,
As a boy, I was fascinated by ninjas. I did a lot of role playing about ninjas. I watched a lot of films about ninjas, and I became quite obsessed with when I went into a room, taking a hair out of my head, licking it, and sticking it across the door, the crack of the door, so I could tell if somebody had been in behind me.
That's brilliant.
Fucking great.
I'd be screwed. Well,
I'm going to give that a 40. I'm
Yeah.
very enthusiastic about that. Jargonheimer and Jugs, well, Matt and David, do either of you want to join in with this stealth check and tell us a stealth story?
yes. So first, a question: when, and this is kind of part of what we're kind of doing here, guys. It's like if I have a question, I'm going to bring it up because, well, I'm just a newbie. So when you say, okay, so DB tells the story, what he's thinking, and you as the dungeon master, the what's the other word for it?
Game master.
Game master. You say, okay, and you say that's a legit story, I'm going to give you. You just said 40. What goes in? What does that mean?
If he rolls under 40 for this stealth check, he succeeds. So his character tries to sneak around the Hulk. If he rolls under 40, then it's got a good chance of succeeding.
Okay, so if he rolls over 40, then it's kind of like
Fails.
shit in the woods.
Fail.
Okay.
It's just kind of like he makes too much noise, or the Hulk notices him. He's not as stealthy as he thinks, and bad things can happen. And if he gets 95 to 100, really bad things happen, which is why he fell out of the vehicle, because he did a crit fail by rolling a 90.
So there's differentialing
Well,
okay.
Top 5 and the lowest 5. That's either a critical failure or a critical success.
Okay, that makes sense.
1 to 5, wonderful things happen. Like if he rolled 1 to 5 on his stealth check, he basically disappears from everyone's view and reappears the other end of the pit.
Like the best possible thing that could happen. Yeah. I got you. And the opposite at the last, at the highest 5 that you can get. I got you.
Yeah.
Tom, I want to tell you what I want to do. I know DB is, let's just, I guess I see what he's working on. I see what he's going to do. I make the decision, trusting that I'm a quick and possibly slippery fella, and my weapon has got some length to it. It's probably a good 4 or 5 feet.
So gross, dude.
This my weapon has got a little bit of length to it. It's real thin. You can barely see it, but it's anyway. It's there. I promise. But maybe I will take the role of bait, and I'll get in front of this guy. I'll get in front of this thing and make sure he sees me. And I'm kind of like brandishing my gun. I'm not swinging at him, but I'm getting his attention, just so maybe I don't want him to stop chewing the face of this other guy, but I kind of do want to create an opportunity for anybody who can sneak up behind him.
Okay, that kind of really plays into what I wanted to say. Is it my turn to speak on a story, or does something happen first?
Just want to check one thing. Do you just want to do this, or do you want to try and intimidate the Hulk or anything like that? Or are you just literally stepping in front of it with a golf club to distract?
I guess I want to try to entertain it. I want to try to capture its attention so that other people can get, done what they're doing. And maybe I'll try to do a funny trick.
You can get away with a charisma check, which I don't think you need to make up a story for. But now you've introduced performance. Do you know what your performance is?
Where would that be something of an offshoot of an existing skill? I got persuasion. But
could be one you've got to tell a story for, so we know what your performance level is.
Oh, dude. Okay. I'm in a band. I don't have a microphone. So in order for me to be relevant on stage, I have to rock out and kind of get crazy.
Yeah.
And although bassists are invisible on a stage, that's just physics.
True.
I have to I fight those odds by attempting to be as entertaining on stage as possible, and sometimes people tell me it worked.
What's one of the craziest things you've done on stage that is safe for you to say publicly?
Well, I have some go-to moves that I'm not really aware of. I don't like watching footage of it. Apparently, I do a thing where I act like I have water in my ear, like this.
Yeah, dude, get that water out. Get it out. You get swimmer's ear, dude.
Hey, I hate swimmer's ear, okay? That's my enemy. It's my weakness.
I get it.
I've seen photos of your band. I've watched a few videos of them on YouTube. I've seen the water.
You've seen a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a 45.
Okay.
Nice.
45 in performance for Jugs.
Oh God, I have terrible luck rolling dice.
So DB, get ready for a stealth check. Jugs, get ready for a performance check. Jagenheimer, what do you want to do?
Okay, so remind me, and let's make sure I'm right. The door's coming up. He said, "Screw it." Right? It's lifting up. He's still eating his face off. We've got DB kind of like trying to get out.
Sneak around.
Okay, sneak around. We've got Jugs. He's got swimmer's ear. Hopefully something. I don't know. Something. Just trying to distract him. I'm thinking of planting because I played football, American football. I'm going to tackle. I want to tackle him, but I want to make sure that my dome piece, because I got a pretty solid chin and dome piece here. I'm going to try to plant that either as close to his manhood as I can, just really take him out of the game, or get him right above like the navel, because oh boy, that hurts, right? So either way, I'm not missing because both of those areas suck as a man. And he's 11 foot tall, so maybe all I have to do is kind of just, you know.
You basically Goldberg spear right into his nuts.
Yeah, I'm just going to headbutt his sack.
No.
Dang.
Now, you used to play football, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what skill is this going to be? I think it's straight up athletics.
Mhm.
Athletics. So, give us a football story.
Yeah.
Because I think you've got some
Okay.
good ones.
I do. I have a couple good ones. Okay, so I'll tell one where I got the shit laid out of me. I'm our quarterback throws an interception. We're used to that, right? And I hope I'm doing. Am I telling a real story?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A real story. Yeah, this definitely happened. It was against Xenia. And this guy that I underestimated did exactly what I just said. So I'm 6'5", and a lot of people are like, oh my God, football, dude, you were probably amazing. I was good at some things, but you know who's better? That guy that's about 5'6" and has that center of gravity, and he's just stacked. And he laid me clean out. I was seeing Tweety Bird, Sylvester. I saw Tasmanian Devil. Absolutely got laid out by the move that I would like to do to this giant beast of a man, because the ratio seems about equal.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, you played football. Was it college football? High school football?
No, high school football.
High school football. Okay. High school football. You're 6'5". You're a big guy. I'm going to give you a 50 in athletics.
Nice.
I think that's pretty good. All right. So let's roll for initiative because you guys are doing shit. So basically, you're doing a dexterity check. Is that right, DB? Or are we just rolling whoever gets the best roll?
Well, it's just based on dex. I mean, we can add the dex and add the weapon
Yeah, let's do that.
if we're in actual combat.
Do your
Dex.
roll plus your dex and weapon dex bonus if you've got a weapon.
Roll is D20.
We're doing percentile, so both the D10.
Okay. So
Roll.
forgive me for making you reiterate. So if I roll a 68, add dex.
Yep.
Okay.
Dex bonus.
78.
Okay. 78.
8 altogether.
Do I say what I rolled yet?
Mhm.
Yep.
14.
Ooh.
Probably okay, maybe, unless the beast. Ooh. The beast is going to swing at me, hopefully.
I mean, assuming 14 is, we're saying that's the quickest, yeah, DB?
Oh,
Yeah.
shoot. Then I'm fucked, aren't I?
Oh, actually, no, it'd be the other way around with this.
Right, because
It would.
The higher,
Okay.
the higher dex, the better.
adding dex.
Got you. All right. So, DB, remind me, what was yours again?
28.
28. Okay. So, Jugs, I'm pleased to say that you go first.
Okay.
Can you roll your performance and describe exactly what Chugs does in this situation? Because
Oh,
Chugs,
shit.
in his moment, is quick as off the mark.
Should I explain what I'm going to do first and then roll? Okay. All right. The beast is munching on the man's face.
Naturally.
I'm going to get right in front of it. And I guess I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take my golf club, if you can hear me. I'm going to take my golf club and kind of like, I'm going to give him a little boop on the nose. Is what I'm gonna do.
Boop.
Boop. Just with the edge of I'm still a good, like 5 feet away from him. I don't know how quick he is. I hope I'm quicker. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going for a little boopy boop on the nose.
You got boopy.
And then if he looks at me, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna do something to make my face look delicious.
Okay.
Yeah, roll a performance check.
God help us. Fuck.
Uh-oh.
89. That was quite a fail. It wasn't catastrophic.
Almost. Sounds like it.
So you know that scene in The Return of the Jedi where Luke's in the Rancor pit, and right after Rancor Beast has finished eating one of Jabba's guards, it just drops this corpse and then looks at Luke.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what happens in exactly this scenario.
I can't believe I caught that reference to Star Wars, dude. Can't believe it.
We did the first session on Star Wars Day, and we were throwing in all kinds of Star Wars references.
Yeah.
So I thought, maybe I should do another one today.
I got it.
So what
That's
happens?
how still watching.
The Hulk just opens its mouth, and this
shit.
man's face drops from it and squelches on the floor.
Squelch. That's a good word. I love reading that word. It really does bring that essence to the reader, doesn't it?
So nice and unpleasant.
It is.
It's not pleasant.
No, it's not pleasant, but it captures the moment well.
I mean, what other sound would a face hitting the floor make? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the boop was when you boop the Hulk on the nose. The
Sure.
squelch was when it dropped the face, as it's
He's telling this to his
down
buddies
upon
later.
you.
He's like, man, I'll boop the shit out of him. I tell you, I did.
I don't
I'll
know if I
boop the
did.
shit out of him.
The Hulk stands up to its full height of 11 foot, and Jugs, you went 11 foot, so you are looking up at this thing. It puts its two fists together, and maybe it's inspired by the fact you've got a golf club, but it goes for the golf swing and aims at your head.
Hmm.
I'm gonna try to. Can I dodge? Or do I eat it?
You can try, but it literally just rolled a 1.
He rolled a 1.
You rolled a 1.
I could. Oh, okay, so to dodge, the defender roll a dodge skill plus double their dex, but that wouldn't. So if you rolled a 1, that's
basically have to get a critical dodge to dodge that.
You
So
have
you've
to
gotta
get
go-
all zeros, basically.
It's cool because I like Tom and DB and David too. You're tuned in, but Tom and DB are tuned in. to
no.
what's
Oh,
going
they
on
are more
here.
than yeah. I
Dude,
don't have the experience they have for sure. I forget what's a 0. When the 1s is a 0, is that a 10 or a 0? It's a 0, right?
I'd say when
I
you've
roll-
got nothing but zeros.
10-0, yeah.
I rolled a 20. I rolled a straight up 20.
That is good, but
Okay.
not good enough.
Yeah.
The Hulk's two fists slam into your head, and it sends you ragdolling across the pit.
Ooh,
And you
that's a good
cartwheel
word.
and cartwheel and cartwheel until you hit the far wall.
It's just metal.
I am going to roll for damage. How much health have you got?
16.
Oh, shit.
Don't
Good
kill
luck.
me.
He's dead.
Jugs, your head hits the sheet metal wall in the far side,
Oh,
and
he
there's
donked
this sort
you.
of like splash sound as you hit the wall. All your limbs go akimbo, and then you slop onto the floor, and your vision goes black.
I
Again.
know what I'm doing. Is it my turn?
DB, it's your turn.
DB.
Are you still trying to sneak around the Hulk, or do you want to do something else?
So I was kind of setting off to sneak round back. Have I seen this before I've got round the back?
Yeah. You've just watched Jugs get absolutely
Fucking handled.
driven into the side.
Dude, too bad we ain't got Nick with us, bro. He's like 6
Seriously.
inches taller than me, dude. Yeah.
Nick, you joined at a good time. This could well be a scene out of the next Sledge book.
Yeah, dude.
especially the way it's going.
Okay.
I'm down. I'm
Only
out.
these
I'm out
guys
the
are
game.
not flag situation.
Right. Okay. So do I get behind him without him noticing me, or have I got to roll that still?
You can roll for it, yeah.
What's 40? Success on the stealth.
Nice.
You managed to sneak on by the Hulk. It's very distracted by the fact it's watched Jugs get catapulted into the metal wall. So it kind of got all of its attention trained on him right now.
So mine was a success, believe it or not. What I went to do was a success. It just hurt
It
really
was.
bad.
A resounding
So
success.
what I might do. So at this point, can I make out that Matt is about to charge the beast?
Yes, you can see he's dropped into the stance. He started to pound his foot onto the metal floor.
DB posts
Like
up
an
like
anti-
this to trip it.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, yeah, I'm there. Nice
I mean,
tight
do you want to do
ball.
anything else, or do you want to save your action in case you get attacked? It's up to you because you technically get 2 actions in a round of combat.
For my second action, I snore.
So, I will
he's out.
get my bow out and draw it. So I'll get my bow out and draw it, and then get ready for the trip.
Okay, all right. I'll let you do that as bonus action because you're completely
Nice.
uncontested in this situation. Yeah, Jargonheimer.
So what just happened? DB
What
Rook
just
the trick.
happened? You have watched the Hulk golf swing Jugs into the side of the arena.
Mhm.
You can see DB sneaking around the back and readying his bow. And at
Okay.
this point, the Hulk is trained on Jugs. It's kind of sort of 3/4 turn toward Jugs and 1/4 turn towards you. So you can just about get a beeline for the crotch if that's where you're going.
So what I do instead, because that was my initial thought, I was going to dome piece to the manhood. What I do is I remember.
Dome piece to the manhood.
Yeah, quote it.
Okay.
Put it in your book.
That's it right there.
I remember that. Remind me your name, DB, in this.
Just
DB?
still DB.
DB. Okay, I remember that DB. He gave me his axe, and this axe, if I remember right, is not huge, but it's not small. Instead of using my head, I chucked this axe at his manhood, and I follow DB.
Okay. You can roll me a weapon skill for this.
All right.
Do we know what your weapon skill is?
It's 1 through. What was the possible? I don't remember, so I'm going to make it up, but I won't make it up in my favor.
You're going to need to tell a story to get a weapon skill, I think.
Okay, well, let's do that then.
Lumberjack story.
All right. So, real
I
story?
mean, Second Amendment, bitch.
Right. All right. So, weapon story. All right, here we go. My dad bought a 308, which is a sniper rifle. Can be used as a sniper rifle. We use it for deer hunting in Ohio. But it will travel, and you should use it responsibly and be careful because that bullet travels. Okay. I say that for no reason other than because I'm super big on gun safety. But I have a competition with my father, and we take 1/2-inch dowel rods, which if anybody doesn't know what that is, it's just simply a 1/2-inch circle piece of wood. It's what you would use for a yard sign, something like that. And we put that at 200 yards, and I'm the first to crack it in half with a 308 bullet, a 308 round.
Okay. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say you clearly know what you're doing when it comes to weapons. You're big on gun safety.
I'm very big on gun safety, yes. Any idiot that grabs a gun, I'll slap the shit right on the spot. if I notice anything stupid.
I'm gonna give you a 55 on weapon skill.
Okay.
So you need to roll under 55 if you want to hit this Hulk with an axe.
I think I've got Tom feeling generous because of my stupidity and the
I'm
fact
a
that I
13.
splatted
I'm at a
his wood.
13.
Nice. Okay. The Hulk is gonna try and block this because it still kind of sees you at the corner of its eye.
Block
My
with
man
disadvantage.
Brian, I got to shout out to my man Brian. What's up, brother? It's good to see you here, man.
So you swing your axe towards towards the crotch.
Very much so.
Emphatically, yes.
You go in hard. You swing the axe, and right before you connect, the Hulk's hand comes down and grabs the shaft.
That
Dadgummit.
bastard.
The axe shaft or
That axe doesn't move another inch. It just catches it. And now you're face to face with a pretty mean looking son of a bitch. Jugs, it's your go. You're slithering in and out of consciousness at this
Damn it.
point.
okay.
You just managed to flutter your eyelids open and stay awake, and you just seen the Hulk catch Jargenheimer's axe swing.
Okay. How far off is I did I keep hold of my golf club, or is it next to me, or is it nearby? Is it within easy reach?
It is still in your hand, amazingly.
Okay.
You
Okay.
didn't let go of it.
The
You
death
hit
grip.
so hard that your whole body just sort of
Locked.
froze on instinct.
This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to scramble up and just I'm going to swing this at his foot. I'm going to swing this and try to break at least some bones in his feet, hoping that'll help my buddy Jargenheimer or even DB get a shot off at him.
Okay.
Try to crush his foot.
My brother-in-law had his jaw broken by a backswing.
Good
Golf
God.
club.
They don't play, man.
No, them things will knock you up, dude.
You have a choice for your weapon skill story. You can tell us a golf story, or
Oh, man. I got one that would get me straight up canceled forever. Let me.
or your favorite weapon story in general. It's
Dang it. Regarding weapons, I do a lot of hiking, and whenever I do, I bring a machete with me. And so I'd like to say that I have some years and years worth of being able to hit what I'm swinging at with a melee weapon.
And that's a good skill to have, and it does take time to hone in.
Yeah,
I agree. I think so too.
And you play golf as well, I'm assuming.
Me?
No, David.
I have, but not regularly. But now
Okay.
I'm able to swing this and hit stuff, so I can drive a golf.
Are you left-handed?
I am.
Okay, man, you're the creative type. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We'll call it a 50 weapon skill. So yeah, roll
I'm
under
going
50.
for it. Here we go. 80. Fuck. God. I'm returning these dice. I'm getting different dice.
I feel like that's a commonly said statement right there. It's like, fuck these guys. They're against
Seriously.
me today.
They really
Yeah,
are.
you run up. You're still really, really groggy. Like
Okay.
you legit nearly died, and you went down to 0 HP.
Feeling woozy.
So that has kind of affected your golf swing in this situation. You do manage to hit the leg of the Hulk, but your golf club doesn't really seem to do anything at all. It's a little bit like if
Probably
a
hit him with the
fly
shaft of it.
bounced into you.
Ryan, I got to know, brother. You're in Minnesota, I believe, right? Dude, in Ohio, man, it's like 94 degrees out. Something stupid like that. What's it like there? Anyway, go ahead.
I'm waiting to hear what the weather's like in Ohio, man.
Yeah, right. Although in Ohio, it's friggin' 94. Dude, I'm sweating inside my house right now. Dude. The AC is working overtime.
Sure.
It's so
Jugs, do you want to attack again, or do you want to wait and see if you get attacked next? Because you technically get 2 actions per round.
Oh, do I want to? Yeah.
yeah, Jugs.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
you
stupid
swing
enough to
again,
where I forgot
you're
my
not
name.
begging.
I'm gonna swing again exactly as I meant to, and I'm trying to break some of his freaking toes, if not his whole foot.
Do it.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm jealous.
Roll under your weapon skill. Come on.
Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, 21.
Nice. Okay. Roll damage on a golf club.
Oh, tell me how to.
Hang on.
I just thought of something. Will the pack of dice that I ordered come with 2 10s? Or do I just roll it twice?
Yeah.
It looked like you had a. Yeah, one of the 10s will have a 0.
Okay.
And the other will just be straight up 1 digit.
Slag. All right. Cool.
David, you can call this 1d8 plus your dex bonus.
I'll have to click for that. 1d8 plus dex. The bonus is going to be 10.
David, you have a nice set of hair follicles on you, my friend. I have never noticed. Look at that. I noticed that because I don't. But good for you, man. I think you're older than me too, right?
Me?
I was born in 90.
I'm way old, brother. You said 1d8 plus dex?
Yeah.
Number's
Dex
18.
18. Nice.
Yeah.
This time.
I'm 44, Matt.
This time
I
you
remember
connect.
that just as soon as you said it. And good Jesus, good job, man. You doing it.
I mean, how you hit him? Like strongman contests, you know?
I think I'm just trying. I'm looking at it cinematographically. So the first,
Yes.
there's that high intelligence right there. So the first one was straight down.
Yeah.
This second one, I'm coming across like a baseball bat. Like,
dude,
man.
that's damage. That's damage.
So I might be like even the ankle. If I hit his ankle, I'll be happy.
Oh, that just somebody who swung quite a few golf clubs myself, I just know what that would do.
Yeah.
You feel a real satisfying crack when
yeah.
you golf club this time. You hit him roundabout on the right shin.
Oh,
okay.
That stung. The Hulk actually lets go of Jargonheimer's axe at this point and grabs its leg. It looks at you, Jargonheimer, and it is fucking furious.
Oh, dude, pissed.
DB though, it's your go.
So is this beast completely naked?
That's a good question.
Oh man.
He's got a pair of black Y fronts on. Why not? This is a family show.
No, it ain't.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know where you're going with this.
At the
DB.
risk of shattering the
If
family.
you want the Hulk to be naked, that's
I was just wondering if
He's vulnerable.
I'm behind the Hulk. I've got a bow. I'm just wondering if I could quickly fire an arrow into the worst place we could possibly imagine.
Right up
he's
his
only
ass.
wearing briefs, so you could. Or Y fronts, rather.
Isn't it just the most
that's where
natural
I am.
thing ever for all the guys to be like, I'm hitting him right where it counts. You know what I mean? We know where it's going to disable us.
Yeah. I'm going to go for that. Yeah.
Okay. You shooting him with the bow and arrow.
underneath.
Roll your weapon. Well, what is your weapon skill? Do you have much use of weapons in Sheffield anymore?
I have got 2 bows. I did once live in a house with a very long garden, which I erected an old piece of carpet at the bottom. So I basically had a makeshift archery range.
Nice.
I wasn't particularly brilliant with a bow, but
Longbow or compound?
Compound.
Okay, hell yeah, dude.
And I hosted some fairly legendary parties at that house that were always fancy dress. So there was a moment that springs to mind when, for one fancy dress, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant, but I'm going to tell the story anyway. For a few weeks before the party, I saved my beard shavings. And for my costume, I used eyelash glue to cover my face and my own beard shavings, and I was a werewolf.
That's gangster, dude.
In my garden, in my archery range, firing my bow, and probably drinking heavily.
I'm going to need to see a picture of that.
Yeah, dude.
It was awful. It was the most uncomfortable thing you can possibly imagine.
I can't. Itchy.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Thank fuck you use beard shavings and not a hair from elsewhere. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
At the end of my showers, I saved what I found in the drain.
That was not what I was gonna expect from a weapon story. We'll call that 45.
45 with a bow. Okay. Any bonus for being up close and personal?
It depends on whether or not DB in this situation has glued any hair shavings to his face.
I'm completely clean at this moment in time.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you a +10 for the situational bonus. It's still very much occupied with these two guys.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. 21. Fix that.
Nice. Yeah. Okay.
So that's 31 then, right?
It'd be 11, right?
Roll your damage on that bow.
The +10 will go on to the
Oh, to
skill.
the 40. Yeah. So it goes to 55. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a hit. Roll your damage.
How do you learn these like rules, dude? Like, is there a manual?
It's experience on
I was
their
gonna
part.
say, like, when I think I know the answer, I definitely don't.
It helps when the rules are completely made up by us. I'm not gonna lie.
There we go.
They leaned on another system, which is where I've got my damage roll from. But they are also insane. So that's 5 damage. 5.
Okay.
Isn't that really bad?
I'll let you describe where the arrow lands.
So hold on. Can I ask a question really quick? You said 45 to him, right? You said 45?
Yep.
Okay, so you rolled what?
21.
You rolled 21.
Mm-hmm.
That's like somewhere in the middle. So you're gonna give like
he rolled under his weapon skill.
So that's
he
pass.
succeeded the roll.
It's just pass or fail.
Yeah.
If you're
it's just
wondering
pass
why
and fail thing. Okay.
Yeah, if you're wondering why his weapon skill is lower than yours, Matt, because his weapon skill in the past was gluing a load of hair to his face and pretending to be a werewolf.
Okay.
Restraining.
Having a firearms license. So yeah.
No, that makes sense now. Yeah, an answer.
No offense, DB. Yeah, where'd you shoot this arrow? Remind me.
Sack.
I'm kind of trying to get trying to get beneath into the wrinkly bit that we don't want to talk about.
Oh,
the
Nick
ball
guessed it.
sack.
Yeah, given the thing of Prince Albert piercing. Yeah, okay.
Hey, anybody that's done that for real, man, bravo. That's real bravery.
You feel that in the morning. I'm going to explain this from Jugs and Jargenheimer's point of view. You basically see this arrowhead emerge with blood on the tip from the crotch. And it does emit a very high-pitched whine, like the protrusion of the arrow.
What is that, a tenor? When we hit a tenor?
Something like that. So, Jargenheimer, what do you do? You've got your axe back.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I like that. Yes, because that was going to be part of it. Okay, so he's caught it. He dropped it because he has a sack injury.
Well, he
busted
dropped
shit.
it when Jugs smacked him across the leg with a golf club, and
that's
right
right.
after that,
Yeah.
he got hit in the nuts with an arrow. Bad
I
times.
grabbed that axe because DB is a selfless guy, and he's like, "Hey, man, just in case you need it." In this case, I thought I did, and it just didn't work out. Okay, so I see that he's injured, the face eater, this humanoid guy. Naturally, I see DB. He's taken off to this place, and I don't know why I do, but I just kind of follow him. I don't even think about it. I just go and try to meet up with him. One, to give him his axe back. Two, because I feel like he's closer to freedom than anybody else.
Well, we're all trapped, right? We're all trapped in the
Mm.
similarly trapped in the, but he is behind him.
He's kind of like just naturally where I would go.
Okay.
So you're taking this opportunity to get behind the Hulk, basically.
Exactly. Kind of put him in the most vulnerable situation that I feel like he could be in at this particular moment.
Yep, sure. You've still got another action. I'll let you do that. Just you basically walk around as the Hulk is holding its nuts. You find yourself next to DB.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to attack, or are you ending your turn there?
I think I'm going to end it. I think I'm going to play a submissive role.
You're just ready.
I'm just kind of like, I think I'm headed in the right direction, but I'm not really acting on anything. I'm assessing the situation based on what's going to happen very soon.
Okay. All right. So that leaves Jugs and the Hulk locked in. Jargonheim and DB, you're a few paces away. Before your go, Jugs, there's a loud clanking noise and a door opens towards the top of the arena, and from that door several barrels roll down and land into the pit with the three of you.
Donkey Kong.
These are metal barrels.
I jump them. I'm just kidding.
And you will feel this sort of pressure in your temples as these barrels roll towards you. You will have a quick glance, and they are kind of glowing. You hear this sort of snickering from the room you're just in, and if any of you care to look, you'll see that Edgar Kettle is there. He's pulled another lever, and he's now just watching intently. Jugs, it's your go.
Jugs. Every time I hear your name, dude. Jugs.
You think about my very low intelligence?
No, I don't.
My Jugs.
Your Jugs.
So, I'm just going to tell you what's going on inside Jugs' head at the moment. Two things. One is
such a good name.
One is I'm pretty stupid, so I see the arrow sprout, and I think he's grown an arrow from his crotch, and it confuses and bewilders me at first.
It would naturally, it would.
But I see that the arrow did not hit me, and he seems to be in pain. But I store that knowledge. The barrels make me think, this is inside David's head, not Jugs' head. Radioactive.
Waste.
Why? But why is what I'm not immediately, because the beast was probably exposed to something, is why the beast looks like it does. Are we about to get radiated and turned into Hulks as well? If I struck a barrel, would it crack and spill out? And I feel like that wouldn't help us. Whatever happened there wouldn't help us. And so, after going through those gymnastics, Jugs' response is to attack the arrow with his golf club. I'm just going to swing it the whole place as hard as I can with my golf, so that arrow doesn't try to get me.
Roll a weapon skill, yeah.
This guy's sack is gone.
Focusing on this monster's genitals.
Hey, if I need to get away, the sack's getting attacked, brother.
Yeah, who had gelding a bald albino mutant on their bingo card this morning?
You leave 4 green men to it, we're attacking somebody's ball sack.
It's 16. I got a good roll this time.
Roll your damage again. Oh god.
That's 1d8 plus dex, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna be get back out here, d8. 11.
Excuse me.
Uh,
Are
you again just teeing off, or how are you swinging at this thing's nut?
Listen, bro. I'll tell you how. Whatever.
Sneezing and everything over here.
This is more like a classic golf swing in that it ends with an upward Like I'm trying to drive that arrow up into his rib cage.
Oh god.
Oh man.
So
That's
basically, this is golf balls, if you will.
Yes.
Yeah,
Balls for sure.
you connect. It's good.
good.
This is a
Holy
real solid just tee off. Like if you've been hitting the
What is
ball
that? A
for
3
real.
wood you've got, or is that a driver?
Driver, 4
That's
iron.
a
Is that
driver
what that
too.
is?
That's a 4. That's a 4 wood. Yeah, dude. That's
4
it.
wood?
Yep.
Forward into the morning
It's,
wood. You like
Yeah,
it.
that's
A
that
4
is
wood to the morning wood, baby.
That's it. 4 wood.
Damn.
It's aggressive too.
Yep, it is aggressive.
Yeah, essentially, you see one of this Hulk's nuts go flying, bounces off the ceiling
Chicken
and then
nugget.
down onto the floor with another squelch, and there is an accompanying howl of pain and anguish from this creature.
This is for knocking me across the room, Hulk.
Yes, dude.
It's the Hulk's go.
Shit.
It disengages from you, Jugs. It staggers back after you've brutally attacked it. It goes straight for one of these barrels, tears it open with its bare hands,
Okay.
and then drinks the glowing green contents.
Uranium induced.
When it does this, you watch as the injury around the nether regions closes up and heals.
Shoot.
And multiple spikes start growing out of its shoulders, its arms, its limbs. It turns into this real stickleback, even hulkier, spiny Hulk. And yeah, Jugs, it's going for you again, I'm afraid. And much like Jargonheim wanted to do, it's bounding forwards on its 4 limbs, and it's going to tackle you.
I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run as fast, run and dodge and scramble. That's what my strategy is here.
You may be able to dodge, yeah. Roll your dodge.
That will be
Dex times 3.
Dex times 3, and then roll under.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. That'd be 30. And I'm
Okay.
rolling. God, this is looking bad.
Jugs just dives to the side.
No. Hold on.
Right in
I'm
the
sorry.
nick of time.
I'm sorry. Dex times 3 is 30,
Yeah. Oh,
rolled-
you're rolling under 30.
and I rolled a 41.
Okay. You've
I
still
sure
done
did
better
like
than
where you
Hulk.
were going. Okay.
You've still done. It glances you, but you
Okay.
dive to the side just in time. You get a pretty full force to your shoulder, but not enough to knock you over or severely injure you or anything like that. You do get a nice whiff of radiation as it slams into you, though. And as it goes careening past you, you start to feel a little bit weird. And whilst you're feeling weird, let's go to DB. You just watched the Hulk effectively charge past Jugs. And what are you going to do?
Where did these barrels roll out of?
There was like a door that came up. If you are having a look, you don't really see anything further in. Just seems like a little hole they carved to store these radioactive barrels.
And there's no other exit in this room that's obvious.
You haven't looked for an exit yet, to be honest.
That's what I'm thinking. Where's the way out of here?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you're just having a sort of general look around.
Yeah, I'll reload my bow, but I'm having a look round.
Are you just looking around, or are you using your nasal perception?
My nasal perception is always engaged.
I'll let you choose. You can tell us the story for general perception, or you can give us a nasal perception.
I'll use my nostrils.
All right, go for it.
Oh, no,
Nasal
well,
perception check.
96.
Ooh. Oh.
No.
96.
Oh no.
A crit fail on the nasal perception check. I'd
Yeah.
say just try as you might, you're unable to smell a hidden entrance. Who would have thought it? What you do manage to do is inhale a nice big steaming cloud of radiation from the barrels that's been opened. And you also start to tingle all over, much like the way Jugs is looking right now as you cast a glance over to him. Jargenheimer,
Mhm.
you're next to DB. You've seen him smelling the air. You've watched the Hulk crash past Jugs. It's pretty far away from you now, but what is Jargenheimer going to do?
Okay, so, oops, 1 second. So, cue back in. So, the radioactive Donkey Kong barrels have come down. One's cracked open. David Jugs has smelled one. He's feeling kind of weird. DB does what again?
DB's had a good old whiff of radiation.
Okay. And me and him are closest.
Yeah.
Okay,
You're
he's
next
felt
to each
kind of
other.
weird. And there's an arrow through his manhood.
The
and
beast.
What is the beast doing?
The beast has tackled past Jugs. It's now spinning around and preparing to come back to the three of you.
Okay. I look at him and straight into the frickin' just the soul peepers right here. I look at him, right? I look back at DB. He's feeling kind of weird. I can sense that something's not right. I grab DB and I start to run up the chute where these barrels came out of, hoping that is some sort of exit.
Okay.
Or at least gives us an opportunity to help also Jugs in some way. Maybe finding an exit. If we do find an exit, coming back and kind of helping our guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You scrabble up the wall of the arena. You get to the hole where the barrels came from, and you start climbing up it. It's sort of like on a 60-degree slant.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. It's easy enough for you to climb up, and it's sort of big enough for 4 of these industrial barrels to fit in. So it can fit you in reasonably well. You get to the back, and it seems to be a solid metal panel. You do start to feel a bit weird in that you just crawled into a hole where there were previously 4 radioactive barrels.
So I definitely do, because there's residue. This isn't the first kind of barrel release, if you will. This is something that happens regularly, and there's been somewhat of a drippage, if you will, from past barrels.
Yeah.
It's not quite as a glow as the recently split open barrel, but it is still.
Yeah. Now, all 3 of you, could you roll me a d20 and let me know what you get?
12.
12 for d20?
Yeah.
35.
Wait, just a D20, right?
Yep.
Oh, what am I supposed to be rolling?
One
Just
D20, 1 20-sided.
One just 20-sided? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
A 2. All right. As all 3 of you have been exposed to the same radiation the Hulk has, you've seen what it did to the Hulk. That thing got gnarly. Jugs, you're the one who was exposed first. You feel a very strange sensation in your chin, and you glance down.
It's gonna wake up my beard powers.
Your beard starts to separate into strands like this.
Oh.
And the strands all start to wave around, tentacle-like. And deep within the inner consciousness of your mind, you hear, "Ya, ya, Cthulhu, Katagan."
Ooh,
You now have a
Cthulhu
Cthulhu beard.
Yeah.
Your
Shit.
Lovecraftian
Yes.
tentacle beard has awakened.
Uh,
And thanks to Alex Valdez for that suggestion on Twitter.
Oh, I love it. I'm writing it down.
DB, you got exposed second. You rolled 12. You remember the time you stuck a load of hair on your face and felt like you were the most powerful werewolf there was. Well, now you are actually powerful. Your sharp, sartorial, bearded excellence is unnatural. And you now have a combat boost against beardless foes.
Nice.
And Matt, you got a 6?
Yep.
You hard to describe, but you can feel your beard and you can control every single hair that
Ooh,
sprouts from your jaw.
The old
To the
prehensile.
point where essentially your beard has become another limb. Whereas every hair you can independently manipulate to pick up objects, to use as if it was your own hand. And yeah, at this stage, I'm going to call the session with an angry Hulk staring up at you and the 3 mutant super beardsmen
Heck
awakening
yeah.
the mutant beard powers.
Cthulhu beard.
Nice.
Dude, that's excellent. Oh man, I mean, see, this time I'm not going to come in as ignorant as I was, because now I get to write this down, and now I know. Because the first time we did this, I wasn't quite sure of what to keep track of, and now I do. Yeah, dude.
We're there. Cthulhu beard.
Nice.
I'm so glad someone got the Cthulhu beard.
Hell yeah. I'm about to get in that thing's head. I'm gonna make it go. I'm gonna make it beat the door open for me.
Nick had it
In
too.
horror.
Yeah, I should have said, I put out on Twitter a while ago, if you could have any mutant beard power, what would it be? And
was
the
some
community
time ago.
delivered.
Yeah, they
So
Oh,
did.
Cthulhu
nice.
Beard was from Alex Valdez. His book is A Wolf in Space. It's a fantasy space western.
Mhm.
It's really good. Check it out.
I haven't read it yet.
It's awesome. He's got a follow-up coming on. That's
he
worth
does.
looking out.
Dude, I haven't seen him. There's a couple people I was thinking of earlier that I haven't seen around as much, and he's one of them. Maybe I haven't been around as much.
Yeah, he's still around. I chat to him. I think he's doing all right.
He's probably doing what
He's been
he
busy with
ought
the
to
second
be doing
book.
in writing.
He's
Yeah.
just got it. Yeah, just got it back from the editor. So I think he's been busying himself with book 2.
I'll tell you
You
what,
You got a peeper behind you, David.
bro. What are you doing? Oh, did you get toys? Y'all are back.
We had
I
the prehensile hair for Matt Bearded Artist. That was from Ribbon Quest from Twitter. So thank you very much.
Nice.
And DB's combat boost was from the legendary Charlie Cavendish,
Oh, of course. Nice.
Mr. like
Amazing.
indie sci-fi fantasy. He's the best. We love Charlie.
Future man.
It's just a shame no one got pyrokinesis. That would have been an amazing one to get to.
Pyrogenesis. That's good.
That was a cool one. We might switch up the mutant beard powers from time to time, though. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
But
That's
Keep it-
amazing.
Keep a barrel of
Yeah.
that radioactive stuff handy.
dang,
So one of the cool things that I hope to, I just asked him while we were live too. He's probably asleep because it's a little later in the UK, as you guys obviously know because you're there. To have some really cool guests on with us soon, as well as continuing this, because I'm really having a lot of fun with this, and I get it. Like, I really understand why this is so fun to so many people, man. It's something I'm also using as, you know, I've been saying this for a while, but I'm actually putting it to use now and not just saying it. I'm doing writing exercises and, really, having that ambition to start something and find out my process and all that's fun stuff. Well, it's kind of hard, of course you all know this. But for me, it's not always easy to sit down and try a certain, I hear all these processes that people use, authors use. And I'm kind of just trying to find my way of sitting down and have productive writing. You know what I mean? Of course you do. So that's where I'm at with writing. I'm using Campfire. My guy, DB Rook, man, I'm using the manuscript, dude. It works so well. But that's kind of where I'm at right now.
I can't imagine how distracted you are when you attempt that, Matt, considering that you have this times, 7, 8?
No, we've got 4. So there's only 3. Well, there's 3 of them that can do this. What your lovely, beautiful children are doing right now. The one is getting ready to be able to do this. But I've made excuses for myself to not sit down and write, and finding that time when they go to bed, which is probably something that you all do. There's no time during the day.
I should more than I do.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it depends. It depends where I'm at with my writing. Depends on whether certain sections I can go and I can write 3 lines and I can go and do something else, and that's all right. Certain sections require absolute 4 hours of focus, and you don't always get that. So it's really tough. Really is.
It is, man. And I can just imagine, I'm just right at the very tippy top of this, very beginning type thing. So, in my head before I started it, it was, oh, you sit down and you write. No, it's so much more than that, because, I tried to not make an outline, and that does not work for me. Outlines are going to be key for me. Not crazy specific or detailed. I do like that freedom. I love those toys, brother. My kids have those jujitsus or those gujitsus or whatever they're called.
Matt says he loves your toys, Ro.
Yes, dude. Love it. But yeah, when I sit down and try to find that little sweet spot for me, that's going to be key.
Yeah.
But
can't wait.
Speaking of little ones, we kind of cut it off at the perfect time, because I got to go grab my daughter. She is going to be here tonight, but like I said, she's going to give me and mommy time to hang out and watch a movie and all that fun stuff. We got the kids to have a babysitter overnight, which doesn't happen very often. So we're going to go grab her. And as always, man, it's so much fun getting together with you guys. So I just can't wait till the next time. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. And you guys that were here during the live rendition of this, it's awesome.
We hope you all enjoyed it, and you guys watching on the catch up as well.
Well, we got to get the number. We've got. Oh, where'd David go? That's all good.
Ooh,
his kid probably clicked it off. It's all good. But yeah, we'll be back as soon as we can. We got to line up 4 schedules. It's usually not too hard. We usually have a day like today where we can all get together. So we'll let y'all know the next time we get together. And I don't think I have an interview for a couple days, so I will put that up on Twitter. So to my brothers, I'll see y'all soon, and to everybody else, I'll see you as soon as well.
Cheers.